Well, it's Christmas Eve in the Scotchgo household, and while my daughter is at yoga and my wife is cooking up good stuff in the kitchen, I thought I would make some quests. And because it's the season of giving, I thought for the people who are using Game On, here's some tips. For people who aren't, here's what you're missing. It's a gamified learning management system. I won't go into everything right here because I'm just talking about quests. And right now I'm working on the weekly quest for the second semester. And I'm working my way through. If a quest is gray, it means it's not available yet. I'm going to cut back to the daily quest just so I can show you what it looks like when I'm done and have added in the achievements or badges, whatever you want to call them, for students who complete each of these. Get a badge at the end of each of these months. And the way this was built is I built out a template that I'm going to use the rest of the year. And it's just kind of fill in the blanks. Then I set up this quest to become active and available for the students at 6:30 a.m. on this day. And then when I clone this quest, and I'll show you how that works in just a second, I just change the date, change the date in which this is going to be available. So now instead of January 7th at 6:30 a.m., it'll be January 8th at 6:30. Let me show you how that works here well, that's the loot. Here's the DPE that I've just made. Now, I've set this up so it can't be accessed until the very first day of the 25th week of the school year at 6:30 a.m. That's when this quest is available. Now I'm going to go ahead and clone this because I've already saved it, and I'm going to leave this page. It just is prompting me because did I make a change there? And so now, once this is cloned, all I do is take off the copy right here, change this 5 to a 6, and because we're still in the same month, the location is still there. Here's the last weekly quest of February. And the access lock now is not on February 19th. Change it to the 25th. Click Done. And then I've got one more piece of this puzzle, something new I came up with for this semester. This is the bonus loot. We can talk about that in another video. But here's a store item. Now this store item, if I come over here to the loot, now I'm going to clone the week 25 loot so I can get week 26 loot that I can then tie to that quest that students can claim if they finish by the deadline. I'm not big on deadlines, but some things absolutely need a deadline. So for this loot, it's on the last day of this week, which is the 1st of March. So we'll jump over here. And this one is set to 12:30 p.m. because that's when my last class ends. And then the last thing I need is this. We would use a location if I wanted this to go in my store, which I call the exchange, and we could drop that into a particular section there. But all I want here is to copy this ID number and paste it right here. And then this is ready to roll. I can publish this guy and head over here. I forgot to change this, which is no problem because it could be edited after the fact. And now my week 26 loot, you see that it ends in an 18. And back here, my week 26 has that loot tied to it. So the quest is available on the first day of the week with the access locks right here. And the loot expires at the end of the week. There's also some other built-in loot right here inside the stages that students get for the first and second stage of this. And then there's the completion message and rewards, which you've already seen. That's how I'm going ahead and building all this. Let's update that one and publish that loot. And then when we head back out to the quest maps, open that in a new window while those other two are loading, you'll see that now February has been built out. And I haven't yet added the achievements for these months. They will show up right down here when I get that. So the next thing all I do when I clone this one is just change the location to March rather than February, and it'll drop right in here. I don't know if this appeals to you, but I kind of like laying out the whole semester in advance, and these are templates that are all editable. And then the rest of the assignments are available via different quest maps that kids can access. Just a great way to let kids work at their own pace, keep some accountability, and back here in the clipboard, I can see everything every student does, including date and timestamps. So there's a lot of accountability built in too. Each student has their own blog built in. This just goes on and on. It's about the coolest thing in the world. It's called Game On. It was designed by my students and I over the course of 7 years since 2011, and last year, another teacher, Mick McMurray, at a different high school in our district, jumped on board, and he is responsible for these maps and lots of other cool code that we are tapping into. So it's great collaboration, and teachers around the world are learning how much fun it is and how easy it is to not only gamify your classroom, but get a learning management system that helps you keep track of it all. You have a wonderful holiday, no matter which one you celebrate. I hope that's of value to somebody out there. If not, if you're a teacher, anytime you try to explain what you do, it helps you understand it better too. Have a good one.